You're probably aware that your email address, your email account, is the most important thing in your digital life, basically. It's the thing that holds everything together, from having your bank contact you, your clients contact you, you contacting people, friends, and whatever. It's basically the glue that holds everything together. The problem is a lot of people don't actually have their own domain name as their email address. So my email address is whatever at kkamgar.com, or before it was macjunkie.com. And when it comes to moving from one email service provider to another, if you don't have a domain name, it's a real pain in the butt. It really is. And it causes more issues than it needs to be. There are ways of fixing it, and I've done it many times, but it's just a bit of a pain. However, when you come across a situation like that, let's start again. I'll tell you my story. I've got a domain name. I had a server host. I moved over to iCloud Plus because now you're able to put a domain name to iCloud Plus. Great. I have everything in iCloud. All my archive and everything was in iCloud. And my archive goes back to 97, 98, something like that. So I have over 200,000 emails, but I like to keep everything, so I never throw anything away. So I moved all my archive to iCloud Plus. Worked seamlessly until, when I send out emails for my newsletter, I send it out from my own domain, so my email address. The problem was that some people weren't receiving it, and when I did tests to myself, I wasn't receiving it. So I blamed the service provider, and I still think they have a little to blame. But it just didn't work. And after doing some investigation, talking to some people online, and the service provider actually telling me it's your email service provider, not your newsletter service provider, I couldn't quite understand it. So I did a test and then I did a test with another domain, and it seemed to work. Then I was stuck because I had everything in iCloud, all my emails, all my archives. However, because I always say you've got to be able to make your data your data. So if a service doesn't work, you need to be able to move from one place to another without any downtime, right? So because I have my own domain name, I could literally point my domain name to another service provider, email service provider, and it's working. So within about an hour, it was actually less than that, but just say within about an hour, it carried on working. My newsletter service started working and everything. And that's only because I was able to have a situation where I could move my domain really easily. And the fact that I didn't have like a Gmail account or an Access for All account, something like that, a domain that that belonged to me, that I had access to. So making sure that you have your data accessible, and I'm not just talking about email, but for instance, if you're using a project management tool, can you get that information out of there? If you're using a notes app, are your notes secure, and can you get that information out of there, etc., etc. And I luckily was, with my email, able to move my email from one place to another without any hassle because I thought about this in the past. So you've got to basically make sure that you own your own data. In the crypto world, they say own your own keys. Just like your house, own your own key. It's your key to get into your house. You've got to own the key that gets to your data. Hopefully that was helpful. If you have any questions about your email, let me know, because I deal with email all the time. I enjoy it. It's my geeky thing. Have a great day. Keep it simple. I'll see you next time.